Hey guys, it's me again. Just coming back to you with a podcast on the hierarchy of life. If you're an A-day person, I've already gotten the chance to talk to you about this. If you're a B-day person, we haven't gotten to talk about it in 8th hour yet, okay? So I really wanted to make this podcast to make sure everyone was up to speed on the hierarchy of life. It's super simple, and you guys have covered it in several earlier grades. I have no fear that you will master this in no time at all. Okay, so this will be included on your test. With, I believe, 4 questions. Once again, don't worry. You can email me and I'll review this before the test when we take it when we return to school. Okay, so in biology, we mainly study just living things, right? So this line, this dotted line right here, from organelles down, those would be our non-living pieces to our hierarchy of life, which we're not going to discuss in this podcast. And then if you look at the very top, starting with biosphere, we've already covered a great deal of this in ecology. So that chunk of the hierarchy will be on your final exam, but it will not be on your cells exam. So for your cells exam, we're going to start at cells on this hierarchy of life, as cells are the smallest unit of living things. And then we move up to tissues. Now tissues, where is it at? Tissues. Okay, tissues are just made of a group of specialized cells that are all out for one purpose. Examples of tissues, there's muscular tissue, lung tissue, all of those things would be examples of tissues. It's just several cells that are all working together to make up a tissue. Now when we have several tissues working together, they build an organ. So an example of an organ would be your heart. Another one would be your intestines, your spleen, what else? Your lungs. All of those things would be organs. But anyway, it'll take several types of tissues, but they'll all work together for the common purpose of making sure that organ is functional. So your heart, for example, has several different kinds of tissues that all make it work. It's not just one tissue that controls the whole thing. It's several tissues that have to come together to make sure that heart is working correctly and pumping. So when we have several organs that are all working together for a common purpose, we call those organ systems. And that is going to be the top of our hierarchy of life for this particular exam. And an example of an organ system would be your digestive system or your respiratory system. That's when several organs have to work together to make sure that everything's working. So involved in your digestive system are all of those organs that are involved in. So you've got your, part of it would be your stomach, and then of course your intestines and some of your gallbladder, all things like that would be involved in that. All the way down to even to your colon, and all of that would be involved. And then, of course, your respiratory system, you guys are involved with that. That's your lungs, but also your diaphragm, and to some degree your heart, and all of those things working together, making sure that you are breathing. So that would be an organ system. And that's it for the hierarchy of life. That's where we stop for this unit. So all you have to know is from cells to organ system. You know what a cell is already, because that was discussed in class, and there's also a podcast about it. And then tissues, just a group of specialized cells working together. An organ, a group of specialized tissues working together for a common purpose. And then an organ system, a group of organs working together. If you see the common theme there, we're always just getting bigger as we're getting closer to the top. If you have any questions on this whatsoever, please feel free to email me. I'll go over this again with you before we take the exam. I don't have any concerns that you guys won't ace this part of the exam, but please feel free to ask any questions at any time, okay? I hope to see you guys really soon. Bye, guys.